Hi there, welcome to Stories Read Aloud. My name's Beck and today I'm reading Disney's Frozen 2. King Agnar of Arendelle loved telling his daughters, Elsa and Anna, stories of long ago. One night he told them about the Northuldra, a people who lived in harmony with the spirits of nature. The story left Anna and Elsa with many questions, but it was late, so their mother, Queen Aduna, lulled them to sleep with a lullaby. She sang of a river called Adaholland, which held all the answers to the past. Elsa wondered if Adaholland knew why she had magical power. Someone should really try to find it, she said, before dozing off. Many years and adventures later, Arendelle was flourishing. Elsa was the new ruler, and she and Anna surrounded themselves with a friendly group composed of a snowman, a reindeer, and a mountain man they called family. One evening they were all playing charades. Olaf and Kristoff made a great team. Teapot, unicorn. Kristoff guessed correctly every time Olaf rearranged himself into a new shape. It was Elsa and Anna's turn. As Elsa stood before the group, she heard a haunting melody sung by a voice that no one else seemed to hear. It took her focus off the game. When the round was over, Elsa abruptly excused herself, saying she was tired. Anna knew her sister wasn't just tired. She opened the door to Elsa's room and saw that she had wrapped herself in their mother's scarf. "You do that when something's wrong," said Anna. "What is it?" Elsa wanted to tell Anna about the voice, but decided against it. Instead, she said she was worried about messing things up. "You're doing great," Anna assured her. Elsa smiled. "What would I do without you?" she asked. "You'll always have me," replied Anna. Later that night, the voice woke Elsa, louder and more insistent than before. She followed it to the fjord. She needed to know more about it. Elsa began to sing along with the voice's call. As she did, she felt her magic getting stronger. The voice encouraged her to use her power in new ways. Elsa found she could pull moisture out of the air and create wonderful fleeting images made of snow. How can this be happening, she thought. Then, Elsa felt the voice pull away from her. She reached for it and a shockwave of magic blasted from her in every direction. The moisture in the air froze into crystals that dotted the sky as far as she could see. Suddenly, an explosion of light came from the north. The shockwave woke Anna. When she saw that Elsa was not in her bedroom, she raced for the castle doors. Just as she stumbled into the courtyard, the frozen crystals fell from the sky. The sound of crashing ice crystals brought the villagers out of their homes as well. All around them, lanterns suddenly flickered out, and the water in the fountains began to dry up. The sisters found each other, and it was clear to them that something was very wrong. The ground shook and the wind blew the villagers, pushing everyone towards the cliffs. After they were all safe, Elsa told her sister about the voice. "A voice?" asked Anna. "What kind of voice? What did it say?" Elsa revealed that the voice hadn't said anything. It had simply shown her the enchanted forest. She knew she needed to travel there. "Not without us, you don't," Anna said. The ground rumbled again, but this time it was the mountain trolls rolling through the pass. Gran Pabby went straight to Elsa. "Much about the past is not what it seems," Pabby said. "When one can see no future, all one can do is the next right thing." Elsa had to find the voice. "And this time, Anna, I am not afraid," she said. Gran Pabby told Anna he would take care of the villagers, but she needed to watch over Elsa. "I won't let anything happen to her," Anna promised. At dawn, Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven left Arendelle, headed due north. They travelled day and night. Their mission was too important, the stakes too high to stop for rest. Olaf tried to lighten the mood. "Who's into trivia?" he asked, but he didn't wait for a response. "I am." "Okay." The snowman kept up a never-ending chatter, revealing fun facts he discovered since learning to read. Did you know that water has memory? Olaf said. Did you know men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning? Sorry, Kristoff. As they went over a small hill, Elsa heard the voice again. She asked Kristoff to stop the wagon. Straight ahead, the sun revealed the enchanted forest, shrouded in a heavy mist. Elsa raced across the plain with Anna right behind her, but they stopped before reaching the mist. We do this together, okay? Anna said. Together, Elsa replied. At once, the mist began to part. Kristoff, Olaf and Sven hurried to join Anna and Elsa. The group stared as 4 giant stone columns were revealed. The friends moved slowly towards the monolith, but once they were inside the mist, it closed around them. They were trapped. They didn't have time to be concerned as the mist began to push the friends into the unknown. They eventually stumbled into a wooded area. Everyone looked around in amazement. They had entered the enchanted forest. Suddenly, the snowman was swept up by a gust of air. Olaf! Elsa cried, rushing towards him. It was the wind spirit. Moments later, the whole group was caught in its vortex. Elsa sent a blast of magic that pushed everyone out of the whirlwind, except her. She filled the vortex with a steady stream of snow and slowed it spinning. Then she threw her arms open and snow flew everywhere. Elsa was free, and she was surrounded by ice sculptures depicting beautiful moments frozen in time. What's that thing you say, Olaf? Anna asked. Water has memory, he said. As Anna and Elsa walked among the sculptures, one in particular caught their attention. It showed their father as a teenager. He was being rescued by a girl who wore a scarf that was just like their mother's. They suddenly heard a loud banging. Reindeer quickly surrounded Elsa and the others as people emerged from the bushes. They were Natholdra. Anna grabbed an ice sword from one of the sculptures. Lower your weapons, said a Natholdra woman named Honey Marin. Seconds later, soldiers from Arendelle in faded and tattered uniforms appeared. And you lower yours, Lieutenant Mattias of the Arendellians said to Honey Marin. But another Natholdra, Yelana, sneaked up behind them. Threatening my people again, Lieutenant? She said. The 2 groups charged, both wanting to be the first to capture the sisters and their friends. Elsa used her magic to make the ground slick, causing the Natholdra and the Arendellian soldiers to slip and fall. That was magic, Mattias cried. As Mattias got to his feet, Anna asked, Do I know you? She and Elsa walked over to him. Then it hit her. His portrait was in the castle. You were our father's official guard, Anna exclaimed. I see him in your faces, Mattias said. The young Natholdra were also eager to meet Anna and Elsa. Honey Marin approached them and asked about the scarf Anna was carrying. Anna explained that it had been given to her father, who had then given it to her mother. It was remarkable to all that a traditional Natholdra scarf was cherished by an Arendellian queen. Maybe the 2 sides were more alike than different. Without warning, a bright light shot out from behind a tree. It was the fire spirit. Everything it touched burst into flames. People scattered, but Elsa stayed to battle the blaze with her magic. The Natholdra reindeer panicked and ran. Kristoff jumped onto Sven and took off after them. Elsa spotted the tiny fire spirit, a salamander, under a rocky overhang. Elsa held out her hand and the spirit cautiously climbed onto it. She smiled and sprinkled the salamander with snowflakes. All of a sudden, Elsa heard the voice, and so did the fire spirit. The 2 of them turned towards its calling. We have to go north, Elsa said. It was time to move on. Elsa started walking. Even though Kristoff and Sven were away from the camp, Anna and Olaf knew they had to leave immediately with Elsa. It felt as if they'd been walking for hours when a distressing sight came into view. The wreckage of an Arendellian ship. When they got closer, Elsa and Anna realized it was their parents' ship. Inside, Anna found a map. Atta Holland, The river from their mother's lullaby was clearly marked on it. Elsa was devastated. This was my fault. They were looking for answers about me. Hey, you are not responsible for their choices, said Anna. Elsa let that sink in. She knew Anna was right, but she also knew that the next part of the journey would be the most dangerous. She had to go alone. If anything happened to Anna, she wouldn't be able to bear it. She conjured up an ice boat beneath Anna and Olaf and sent them down a dry riverbed. Anna reached for something, anything, to stop their boat, but they slipped into a quickly flowing river that took them farther from Elsa. As their ice boat continued downstream, Anna spotted earth giants sleeping along the shore. The giants stirred as Anna and Olaf drifted silently by. As perilous as the moment was, Anna couldn't help wondering what dangers Elsa was facing. Elsa had in fact reached the Dark Sea. Its ferocious waves made it nearly impossible for her to cross. Elsa was determined, but time and time again the sea pushed her back, and then it pulled her under. She managed to reach the surface and create an ice slide, but when the waves broke it, she dove straight into the water, not noticing an enormous creature watching her. Below the waves, Elsa was confronted by a looming spirit that took the form of a horse, the Waterknock. The spirit charged at Elsa over and over, but Elsa didn't surrender. She summoned all her power to create an ice bridle, which she hooked onto the massive horse. At last, the Waterknock responded to Elsa's commands. Together, they galloped to the other side of the Dark Sea. Elsa had reached Ahrialin, and the voice that had been calling to her. The answers to all her questions were there, just as her mother's lullaby had promised. But more than the truth about her magic, Elsa also discovered peace. A peace she couldn't wait to share with her sister, the spirits, and spread throughout the kingdom. Meanwhile, Anna and Olaf had found refuge in a cave. A twinkle of snowflakes rushed in and formed an ice sculpture. It was a signal from Elsa that she was safe, and soon they would all be together again. And that's the end of our story. Thanks for watching Stories Read Aloud. Be sure to check out the description below for more Frozen 2 stories.